Welcome back to the channel. What a lovely day for walking a park with Dog Park. In this game, you'll be walking in the park with dogs and score points. If you're the best walker of dogs or dog walker, then you'll get the most points and you'll be the winner. So this is a game from Birdwood Games. I have the base game here, which will be the core of this video, but also have some expansions which I will record for the different videos. So be aware. And if you get interest from this game and you want to see the following ones, don't forget to subscribe and be part of this community. So let me show you here on the side. So I cannot turn because it will be out of frame, but there are more dog races, and I'm not a specialist, but I cannot identify much. I think we have a Doberman there and Dalmatian from the Disney movies. This is 1 to 4, so there's a solo mode, 10 years old, and it could go 40 to 80 minutes. And let's get a walk around the box to see all the different dogs. This reminds me of some sticker collection that I did in my childhood. At least in my country, there were some sticker dog collection, and the art is very similar to what we had. So it's going back to memory lane just because of that. But it's much more. It's much more than that, because this game, although it's sealed, so today we have a true unboxing. I've played it, another copy, and it really spoke to me. What you do in the game, the decisions you take, and I hope that I can pass through to you all those feelings. But the main motto here would be collect and walk all your favorite dogs in this beautiful card-driven board game. Card-driven board game. I've never seen that. Also a bit of text here, but I guess the best would be for me to just show you what is inside Dog Park. Dog Park. The name itself, Dog Park. It's a strange name. Should be Dog Walk or Walk the Park. But Dog Park is a strange way of connecting, because you won't be visiting a park for dogs. I think it's just a park. Not sure if there are parks for dogs or dog parks. The interesting thing is that the game is being designed by a couple, or at least looks like a couple, Lottie and Jack Hazel. I'm not assuming that they're brother and sister here. For sure, dog lovers. So let's start. There's the rule book. Look at how the rule book feels like a book, a child book. It is with images, and then it's a small. Oh, smell the smell! It comes through the camera. I haven't smelled this kind of smell in a while. It smells like fresh new board game and ink from the smell of the ink molecules were stuck in the box, and when I open it, it just spread across the room and just got into my nose. So let me have my guilty pleasure here behind the camera. Oh, just having this smell. Okay. So the box is now filled right to the very top. So we have tokens and leashes. I'll explain what those are. Then this is the main board. We'll get there. Try to move around things here. So look at these. These are not inserts. These are, they are the trays to store the game components, and they come in shape of a bone. How nice that is, right? How nice that is. Then you have meeples for the dogs, 4 players. Each will have their own meeple. Then, wow, this is a waste of plastic. So another bag just for the bird, meeple and the die, and then another bag just for the first player token. So they really want to avoid scratching, but it's completely unnecessary there. Then we have the 4 player boards. So this will be your home when you're preparing to leave with the dogs. And it's just one-sided. They are the same for each player. What else here? We have some cards. We'll get there. There's the notepad for tracking points. It's two-sided, as you see. Then These are the tokens for the meeples for the resources that you spread across these trays. Because of the leashes, they work like a dial, so you have this access here. Okay, so this is the player tokens. Oh, even more plastic. Look at that. They have 2 in each. So this is really, really more than enough. What's the name of this company? So Birdwood Games. Please think about the environment and all the dog parks out there. They don't want to be filled with plastic, so this is quite more than necessary. The good thing is that all these bags will come with a silica pillow, so you can use that on other games. Yeah, for sure. I'll just put everything in just one single bag, one silica bag there as well, and that's it. And then there's also the cards. The cards. Okay, so that's what you have when you take everything out. Now that I've taken everything out, I can see that this is a game. You cannot see, sorry, because it's out of frame. So it's a game trays. The game comes with the game trays, and you can see this will be where the leashes go, the tokens, and it says location cards, forecast cards. These are the type of cards we'll see. Breed experts and objective cards. So wow, the tray really top quality. Oh, and also the box has some publicity for more games. Let me just show you Forever Home, a not dog themed game, and this is the expansion. I'll open that. Not only this New Tricks expansion, which is a big box, but also the smaller dogs, famous dogs of the world, European dogs, and that's it. So the game plays in 3 phases. One is the recruitment phase, where you need to recruit the dogs to be part of your team. Then the selection is where you select the dogs to walk. And then there is the 3rd phase, which is actually when you will be really walking the dogs. Okay, so in this example, I have here the 2 players, the green and this red one. And they need to recruit one of these dogs. You always recruit, or there's the option for you to recruit 2 dogs in every turn. Okay, the way you do that is by turn order. Players put their walker meeple on the dog that they want to bet. And by bet, what I mean is, imagine the green goes here and red goes there. And then secretly, they also bet here some reputation points that go 1 to 5. These points that you see here. Okay, this is in secret. So in this example, basically, if this was the configuration, you didn't have to bet much because there is 1 dog for each. But imagine that both would want to go there. Then the points that you bet are important, because when you reveal, the one who has more will win, okay? Or in case of a tie, the one that is in front in the victory points will get that, and the remaining dog, if there is a player that needs a remaining dog, he will get the last one, paying just 1 of reputation, okay? Then you get the card for yourself, and the card goes to your team of dogs. So once we move to phase 2, that's when we need to select the dogs. In this example, there's just 2 dogs, but you can have many dogs, and you need to select which ones you want to take for a ride. And the reason why you need to select is because there are different effects on the dogs, and you need to have a strategy what to do in order to gain more points. So in this example, you need to pay, if you want to take these 2, you had to pay the resources here to take the terrier, the border terrier, and these 2 resources if you want to take the Shetland sheepdog. So you would need to pay these 2 pink ones to get this one, and the guy is ready for a walk. And if that happens, you just put a leash on him. Okay, it means that he walked once. And then if you want to take the border terrier, you also pay the 2 orange balls. But in any case, you can, if you only imagine that you only have 1, you can pay this orange ball and 2 of other resources to replace the second orange ball missing. And it also works, okay? So that's why you need those resources. And then it means this dog is also going for a walk. And those 2 were selected to go walk the park. This is really funny. So now on the second stage of walking, in this example, these 2 players will be walking the dogs. So what you need to do is, in turn order, you decide between 1 to 3 which spaces you want to go. Okay, so I could go this, here, or here. And when you stop, if no other player is there, you get the resource that is marked here. But if there is another player, you can still get the resources, but you need to pay 1 victory point here on the left side. Okay. You notice that some of the spaces have things above. Is that because for this example, I drawn this location card, which is the plentiful park, and it says that you need to put the ball, extra points, and a stick here on these places. So if you manage to land here, I would get the normal thing, the normal bonus, as well as the thing that is lying there to be picked. Okay, so here the path branches, so you can either go up or go down. Okay, and everything ends here, which when you get to the end, if you are the first, you choose which of these 4 spaces you want to go, which is bonus, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point, or an option here. Or if you're the last, you get less, or if you feel this last, you get negative points. Okay. You notice as well that some of these places have some symbols. So here, for example, you could take a look at 2 of the dogs in the deck. You draw two new dogs, and you can swap one of those dogs with the dogs remaining here in the lineup to be chosen next. So you get an advantage of influencing the dogs that will be chosen after the next round. Or if you get here, you can change one of the dogs that you are walking with the dog that is on your on the dog house. Okay, so it could make sense for you to have the chance to put another dog that you could not before because of the resources, for example, because the dog may have a triggering effect that will give you more points. And so why should you choose some of dogs in front of others? Because you see this dog here, for example, this is a Skye Terrier, and he has an effect that says when walking this dog, whenever you gain 1 or more of these toys, you also get points. Okay, so it may make sense for you to have this dog on a walk, but it's too expensive. Okay, so you can swap it, because some other dogs also have things, but could be like final scoring. This one will give you 2 victory points for each toy that you have left over assigned to this dog. Okay, and there's a max of 6 victory points that you can get that, so 3. Okay, so then in the end you can assign things, and you will be putting toys on this guy for him to score the maximum. So it doesn't need to walk necessarily, could be just on the doghouse waiting for the final scoring. And that's it. You change this every round that you do a walking. Okay. So during the whole game, this bird will be moving around these stages. So you will play for 4 rounds, and in each round you'll play the stages that I just described to you: recruitment, selection, walk, and then scoring. And you repeat that, okay? And these empty spaces that you see here is because there's another deck for the forecast, where in the beginning of every round you draw one randomly and the card goes there. So this is like an event or something that it will influence the whole round. So in this example, you may walk 4 dogs if you are able to pay the required walking cost, because normally you can just walk 3 dogs. You see here the 3 spaces. So for this round, this event card will allow you to walk for 4. Okay, and there will be 3 other different events. And then when the bird gets here to the end, you look at the right side here, you see, and in this column where it says breed expert, in the beginning of the game, there will be randomly drawn these cards, which are called the breed expert cards. So in the end of the game, the player who has more gun dogs, these are types of dogs in the cards, will get 8 points. The player who has the more hounds will get 7. Player who has more pastoral will get 6, and this can change from game to game. Okay, and you also have on the cards there the percentage of dogs that exist in the deck, at least in the main game. Okay, so it's a right moment for me to show you the kind of dogs that you can find here in the game. So there's the gun dogs, 16%, hounds 17%, sorry, pastoral 17. These ones are rare terriers, only 12, even a bit more rare is the toy dogs. Yes, indeed, it's a category of dogs being called the toy dogs. Utility dogs on 14%, and working dogs, the one that push snow things or work in farms, in the mountains, etc. Working dogs. Okay, and in terms of forecasts, you'll be facing things like, I'm just going to show you, and then if you want, you can stop and take a look at that. And you see that all the cards have some kind of flavor here, and the dogs also have that. For you to get more knowledge about the dogs, if you're a dog lover and you want to get into specific details, the game will allow you to go deeper. Okay. So that's the game, right? There'll be the end bonus, etc., and that's how the game works. In terms of cards, so those two decks that we've seen, let's start by showing you the cards. So you have the reference of the rounds, and you have the reference card for the icons and the meeples that you get, one for each player. Then you have objective cards, which I forgot to say that in the beginning. You also get objective cards and to assign to you that you can then have it hidden for the end of the game, which during final scoring you get, for example, 3 victory points if you have 2 different dogs who have at least 2 leashes. You get 2 leashes on the dogs because the dog walks once, gets 1 leash. If it walks again after, it gets a 2nd leash, and so on and so on. So you can have multiple leashes on dogs. You have the 3 of a kind, the kennel diversity, capable collector, and the unwalked kennel. Okay, and then so not sure if you noticed, but it said here that like a standard objective, but there's also the experience, which is more difficult objectives. 4 of a kind, super stamina, with seasoned walker. So it was the walked walker and then the seasoned walker, expert collector of dogs, well-walked kennel. Oh, so no, maybe this one was the one that made the corresponding walked kennel and well-walked kennel. Maybe that was the one. Then what else we have here? We have these cards, which are achievements for solo mode or something, because the game has a solo. Then we have 2 types of location cards. The cards that define the setup for the items. Okay, so the game recommends these for 1 to 3 players for some reason. I don't know why. And these green cards for the 4 players. And then the best part of this video will be to go through the dog cards. So I've moved around here things just first so I have a better view on the dogs and a better focus. So I'm just gonna read the names here. The Bedlington Terrier, the Shetland Sheepdog, Border Terrier. Lots of terriers, so this is a terrier category. The Skye Terrier, Irish Terrier, Manchester Terrier, Australian Terrier, Sealyam Terrier, soft-coated Wheaton Terrier, now pastoral here, a Briard, Jack Russell Terrier. You'll become an expert in these things. Lakeland Terrier, Norwich Terrier, Scottish Terrier, Kerry Blue Terrier, Bull Terrier, a Fox Terrier, Airedale Terrier, Dandy Dinmont Terrier, West Highland White Terrier. Which one is your favorite? Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Now utility dogs. Oh, that's a strange name for this one. Zoloid Squintle. Standard. I don't know what that means. Standard. And this one says Klein. German Spitz. Is it the sub race? Oh, maybe. Oh, yes. There's the difference. So there's a standard Zoloid Squintle and a miniature Zoloid Squintle. And this is which country this dog is? A Boston Terrier, a Japanese Spitz, Lhasa Apso. Poodle. A poodle toy. A Korean Jindo. A Shih Tzu. French Bulldog. Tibetan Spaniel. Akita. Schnauzer. Canaan Dog. Sharpei. Bulldog. Eurasia. Japanese Shiba Inu. Tibetan Terrier. A Chow Chow, the ones with the white tongue, blue tongue, used in Chow Chow rice, apparently. A Kinshond. Doberman. So Dobermans are working. They work in police. A giant Schnauzer. Bouvier de Flandre. French dog. No, Belgium dog. German Pinscher. Canadian Inuit dog. That's an Eskimo dog. Orvart. Lone Burger. Bull Mastiff. A Tibetan Mastiff. Look at the size of these beasts. This beast here. Alaskan Malamute. Siberian Husky. These were I always confused both, but I think the Siberian Husky is bigger and the Alaskan Malamute is smaller and thinner. The Greenland Dog. Bernese Mountain Dog. Newfoundland. Great Dane. The Great Dane. That's Scooby-Doo, if you are not aware. So Scooby-Doo is a Great Dane, and I think I'm not mistaken. If so, please tell me in the comments. A Great Swiss Mountain Dog. A Boxer. Intelbuscher Mountain Dog. Russian Black Terrier. The Rottweiler. So it's now time to go to the second deck. Still comes with these strips. Here you get more dogs. Look at the amount of cards that the game brings. So yeah, this is just half of the cards in the game. So let's see the remaining ones. The Australian Silky Terrier. Lochan, the Little Lion Dog. Cotton, the Tulia. Avenese, like a pizza. English Toy Terrier. Black and tan. It's like a small Doberman. Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Maltese. Chihuahua. Long coat. Maybe long fur. A Pug. Miniature Pinscher. Pekingese. Affenpinscher. Bichon Frise. Chinese Crested. Look, it has this part here with spots. The Italian Greyhound. The Papillon. Griffon Bruxellois. The Japanese Chin. Slovakian Rough-Haired Pointer. Bracco Italiano. So cool. The English Setter. Courtaulds Griffon. A Spaniel. Irish Water Dog. Logotto Romagnolo. Barbie. Some of these dogs, they look like... I've seen this dog already in one of these cards. Oh, the Portuguese Pointer! Yeah, the Portuguese dog. The house team is here. Retriever. Chesapeake Bay. Another Retriever. It's a flat-coated. A Spaniel. A Retriever. Golden. So this is the dog that helps the blind people. Another Spaniel, the American Water Dog. Another Spaniel, the Sussex. Okay, so many Spaniels. You see, that's why you really need to be a specialist to spot the differences between these dogs. I mean, in real life, right? Another Spaniel, English Springer. Now it's the English Springer. Weimaraner, the German long-haired pointer. Large Musterländer. German white-haired pointer. Gun Dog. Hungarian Vizsla. The Spanish water dog, Brag d'Auvergne. That's a Dalmatian. That's the dog from the box that I said it was a Dalmatian, right? So actually it was a Brag d'Auvergne. Gordon Setter, yeah. Irish red and white setter. A golden Nova Scotia duck tolling, so for duck hunting. A spaniel cocker, famous one. Oh, Labrador. A Labrador, yeah, this is also a very famous dog. Now we get to the hounds. A Bourgeois, the Bavarian mountain hound. Oh, he has two colors, black head and brown body. Griffon Fauvre de Bretagne. Dachshund, long-haired version. A Pharaoh hound. So, were these dogs really from ancient Egypt? They existed there. That's why they got that name. Rhodesian Ridgeback. Basset Fauvre de Bretagne. Black and tan Coonhound. Sirocco del Etna. Ibizan Hound. Ibizan from Ibiza. A dog from Ibiza. Saluki. Segugio Italiano. Okay, we've seen this dog how many times today? Slogie. Dachshund. White-tailed. Otterhound. Foxhound. Okay, so now I understand that hound is hunter, and then you have the name of the animals come from, name of the dogs come from the thing that they hunt. So these were used to hunt otters, probably this one to hunt foxes. That sound, it's a foxhound, and a greyhound. So what the greyhound hunts. So I just, yeah, my theory just went down. Dachshund. Hound. So hound is hound as well in German. Miniature wire-haired. Azawak. As I walk to the valley of shadow of death. Irish wolfhound, another hound. The Portuguese Pudengo. Yeah, another one for the national team. Whippet. Basset Griffon. The Dachshund. Grand Bleu de Gascogne. A beagle. Deerhound, so we know what he hunts. The Norwegian Hellhound, yeah, that's where the name comes. Now the pastoral, so hopefully dogs that help gathering the sheeps. The Australian Shepherd, Belgian Shepherd dog, Turkish Kangal dog, the Buceron, Finnish Lapond, Hungarian Kavaust, Hungarian Purmi, Picardy Sheepdog, Samoyed. I knew this one. There's a dog called Samoyedo, but that's an Arctic dog. Beard Collie, Smooth Collie. Oh, another from the national team, the Estrella Mountain Dog. This is another local. Oh, this is the sweeper, the floor sweeper dog, a Commodore. Morema Sheepdog, Belgian Sheepdog, another one. Norwegian Bullhound. Pyrenean Mountain Dog, Australian Cattle Dog, Welsh Corgi, I think it's known as Corgi only, Bergamasco, strange fur, Border Collie, the German Dog, Belgian Shepherd Dog, Swedish Valhund, Lancashire Heeler, and the Old English Sheepdog. We all know this year. So, wow, how many different dogs the game brings. So yeah, this was Dog Park. I hope you have enjoyed this video. So just as a teaser, this game brings like hundreds of dogs already, but these expansions will add even more dogs of the world, famous dogs. So that's Lassie, and the European dog. More. Come on, we need these many dogs. If you want to know the answer, then I hope you like the video to the point that you hit the like button and consider subscribing, especially because I have a playlist full of board games, as well as all the major card games out there. And also recently I'm releasing a new kind of content which I call the Table Talks, where I'm interviewing people to get to know their profiles, their stories, their projects while playing board games. So I definitely think you'll find interesting content in the channel to consider subscribing. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.